Hello, Marshies and Chroniclers. Welcome to Crossing Chronicles. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name is C, and I share this channel with my BFF and my childhood best friend. We make short films about our Animal Crossing villagers, and we live stream every Wednesday and Friday on Twitch and Saturdays on YouTube. On today's video, we are going to show you how to build a fashion runway of your own so you can invite your friends to model in your very own fashion show. This video is a 2-in-1 because this build is easy to update throughout seasonal changes. The spring fashion show uses a lot of the cherry blossom DIYs, and the total materials needed are worth 2,190 bells, 78 petals, 8 tree branches, 8 hardwood, 20 stones, and 10 clay. The summer fashion show uses wedding items, and the total needed materials are 13,980 bells and 40 hard crystals. Alright, let's get started. This whole build will need 13 squares width and 17 squares height. Skip the top row of squares and count 2 squares from the left and start terraforming a 9 by 3 cliff. That is 9 across in 3 rows. After that, curve the 2 front sides and put waterfalls all across the 7 cliff squares along the front. Climb up the second level and start placing your Standee designs up top. Then go back down on the ground level. It is time for the second step, pathing. Find the 3 squares at the center of your runway, and then lay down the paths for the runway. This one is 8 squares tall and 3 squares wide. I also placed some petals outside the runway for a more natural effect. After the runway, place 5 squares wide and 2 squares tall paths for the judges area. On the 2 sides of the judges area, I placed a picnic area to just even things out. Next is to place more standees to cover the models before they go down the runway. Make sure you have 1 square distance from the waterfalls so your models can walk through this backstage area. Place 4 standees on each side, leaving 3 squares open for your runway. For our third step, it is time to place some trees. For spring, I chose all hardwood trees so they turn into cherry blossom trees for our spring fashion show. It is also convenient in the fall because these will also change into red leaves. Finally, let's place down some decor. And that finishes the spring fashion show. What happens if the season is over and it is now time for the summer fashion show? Not to worry, I made this design really easy to update. Because it is summer, I wanted to replace the trees with coconut trees. One thing to remember is coconut trees need a single square of sand path to be planted on to grow outside of the beach. Pick all the custom designs you want to use for each part of the design. The standee, the runway path, the judges area, and even the picnic path. As you download them from the kiosk, choose the right design to replace them with. Wherever you use these paths will update automatically. But if you're using these paths elsewhere and you only want to update the runway, it's best not to overwrite and manually lay down the new paths instead. That's what I'll be doing here. Standees do not get replaced automatically when you overwrite them, they just disappear. So for the standees, you'll have to place them down all again to update. Alternatively, you can use a simple panel for your initial design, and those would automatically update when a custom design gets overwritten. And finally, just decorate using items that match that summer look that you're going for. Coconut trees in this game have very wide fronds, so I froze the growth of the coconut trees closer to the front of the runway to give them some breathing room for the models. To freeze any tree's growth, just plant any fruit right next to it. I usually put it behind the tree so no one else can see it there. And that completes our summer fashion runway build. If you are starting this build with all the needed items, it should only take an hour or two to do from scratch. Here's a blueprint guide of this design. Hosting a fashion show on your island is a super fun way to play with your friends on Animal Crossing. If this build was helpful for you, like this video and subscribe for more Animal Crossing content. If you're posting your build on social, tag us on Instagram or Twitter so we can see your creations. Or join our Discord and share it there. Have fun with your fashion show. Till next time.